Alright, hello, this is Stop Backup, and today I'm doing a video that is way different from basically anything I've ever done on this channel, but I assure you I have put quite a lot of time into this, more time than you would probably imagine, and the reason why is, I'll show you, all of these. I meticulously went through, found images for each of these stars, overlaid their names on it, and photoshopped everything. And the reason why is because today I'm going to be ranking the proper names of stars tier list. And I'll set up some ground rules. First of all, the only stars that I've included here are those listed right on this Wikipedia page here. And there are, I think, if my last number I remember is right, it's like 475 of these. There are two exceptions here that are not included, and that is, let me get to it. It is the two pulsars included on this list, which are Geminga, let me get to it, right here, and there's another one with the name Lich. I considered including them, but A, images are hard to find for them, and B, you know, they're not really in the same spirit as the rest of these, right? I guess, so pulsars, I guess I'll just briefly explain, they are basically dead stars of really big stars that are like way bigger than our sun. And while not every star that dies like that in a supernova becomes a pulsar, the ones that do end up rotating so fast that they emit pulses that we can detect. And that's a brief overview. If you want to learn more, you can do some extra research. It might not be completely obvious, but over a couple channel posts it might have, the times I've posted things I've imaged through my telescope, that I have, over the last year, almost 2 years now, I've gotten very obsessed with space and pretty much everything about it. And eventually I came upon this idea. So I find the named stars to be quite interesting and fascinating. And yeah, there is one star I included that is not on this list here, and it is the Methuselah star. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It is one of the oldest stars we know of in our Milky Way, and yeah, it's commonly referred to as the Methuselah star. It's not officially called that, but yes. And I believe that's all I have to go through. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Okay. So this list is alphabetical, and this is probably going to be a long video. I'll just put that out there. So I guess strap in. Go ahead and close that tab, right? Yes. Okay. Quick note from me as I am editing this thing together, but because I have the brain power of a squirrel, I forgot to mention that the link to this tier list will be available in the description, and it is public. So if you want to fill it out, if you have that kind of patience, it will be right there. Thanks, and back to the video. I should zoom in a little bit here because I'm seeing now that it is quite hard to see some of these names, but unfortunately I realized after the fact that I did not make a lot of these names big enough. But anyway, we're going to start here with Ananuka. Forewarning, there is a very high probability I will not pronounce most of these correctly because they are, you know, it would not be very efficient to go through and read the pronunciations for all 470 of these, 470 plus, and Also, these, you might notice, there are a couple that are question marks, and these are stars that while looking through the list, the reason these stars are named is because they've been found to have planets, exoplanets, orbiting them, but they are otherwise quite dim, so they don't really have images of them online. So as a replacement for that, I just included these question marks. But anyway, Ananuka, I don't know. Ananuka. It's okay. I mean, there could be worse names. Absolute no. I don't really. This might go to D later, but it's F because it just sounds weird. Why is it absolute no? I don't get it. Unless there's a pronunciation there that sounds cooler. But anyway, Akamar or Akamar, I don't know. I think it's Akamar. Akamar. It's not bad. Not really something I'd consider to be particularly memorable. Akranar or Achernar, I don't know. Akranar, I'd give a B. I think it's a pretty cool name. It's also, so this is the brightest star in the constellation Eridanus. Every once in a while going through this, I'll give a little occasional tidbits. But anyway, Assured or Eckerd. Assured. It's fine. Acrux. This comes from a constellation that a lot of you may not even know exists. It is the southern hemisphere constellation of Crux, or the Cross. The Southern Cross, specifically, and Acrux is the brightest star in that constellation. It's Acrux. I like it. I might move that down later, but I do think that is a pretty cool name. Acubens. It doesn't really roll off the tongue. The S at the end is kind of weird. I don't know why it couldn't just be Acuben. Did I misspell that? I might have misspelled that. If that happens, there is also a possibility that I might have misspelled a couple of these because I was trying to get through these as quickly as I could when making these images, but hopefully not. Adhafera. Adhafera. I'm trying to think. It's either B or C. Adhafera. For now, I'll put it B. Oh, also while I'm thinking about it, if you hear any background noise, that is the consequence of not having the best microphone, so sorry. Adhara. I like this name. That is a cool name. Adhil. Sounds a lot like Advil. Otherwise, not a particularly great name. Ein. I think that's how it's said. That is a very concise name, and I dig it. Einolrami. I think this is a cool name. It's a bit weird, but it's cool. I'm going to zoom in on this one. This is a Al-Minliar Al-Assad. Hopefully that pronunciation is right. Way too long. That is kind of just annoying to have to say out. Aladfar, or Aladfar. 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 I'm going to put it in B for now. It's not... I don't really have the complete picture of whether I'd want it in B or C, but we might come back to it. Alasia. I'm going to assume that's how it's pronounced. Alasia. I think it's not bad. Alathfar, or Alathfar. It's a little weird, but there are worse star names. Albada. I'll yeah, that's hard to pronounce. Unless I'm just brain damaged. Albalda? That's probably it. I don't think it's that great though, honestly. Albali, or Albali, I guess. Yeah, I don't really love it. Alberio. So I will give some tidbits about this little star here. Zoom in a little bit. So this star is actually quite fascinating. It is two stars next to each other, with one being orange and the other being blue, and it looks pretty interesting in a telescope. It's fascinating. Okay, Alberio. I do quite like the name. I'm going to put it in A, because I think it's actually a pretty cool name. Alchiba, or Alchiba. There are worse names. Alcor. Alcor. A for now, because I do think that is a pretty cool name. Alcyone. Or maybe it's Alcyone, I don't know. I think it's Alcyone. There are a few of these that look kind of like this. They are in the star cluster known as the Pleiades, or yeah, I think it's the Pleiades. It is one of the brightest star clusters in the night sky. And Alcyone. I think B for now. Also, the cluster is sometimes referred to as the Seven Sisters cluster. So yeah, because there are 7 bright stars in it. Aldebaran. If it's pronounced how I think it's pronounced, I think it's probably S. That is a pretty cool name. Alderamin, or Alderamin is how I'm going to pronounce it. I'm going to put it there because I think I'd put it in F, but I think I'm probably mispronouncing it, and there's probably a more interesting way of saying that. Aldhanab, and I'm not a fan. Aldhiba, same general reason. Aldolphin. I think it's not bad. Alfurk. This is just weird. There for now. Algady. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. Not terrible. Alganim, or Alganib. There for right now. Also, sorry if you see this toolbar coming up. That's just going to happen a couple times. I am not smart enough to hide it permanently, so we'll just run with that. Algebra, or Algebra. I think we're going to put Alganib up there and that there. It's a little long and not long in the tooth, it's just kind of hard to pronounce. Algol. It's between A and B. I think I'll put it in A for now. Algorab. I could do without it. Alhina, or Alhana. I was considering D, but it's not that bad, honestly. Alioth. This is a banger star name. Aljana, or Aljana. There for right now. Alcade. This is also a banger star name. Alcalurops. This is it being, you know, having the S on it, like instead of like Alcalurop. It takes it down a point, but it is pretty fun to say that. Alcalurops. So we'll give it the benefit of the doubt and put it in B. Alcafra. I'll put it there for now. Alcarab. I don't know, I don't love the way that sounds all that much, at least if it sounds how I think it does. Alks, or maybe Alkies. I think it's Alks. Or maybe it's Alks. I don't know. Either way, again, the stars that have S's at the end probably aren't going to be my favorites. For the most part. Almaz. Or Almaz. It's solid-ish, see? Almach. I could probably give that one a B, safely. Alnair. This is the brightest star in the constellation of Gruus, which is mostly a southern constellation, but it does rise high enough to be visible here. Although I think this star doesn't get above the horizon for me. Alnair, I don't love it, truthfully. Alnassel, or Alnassel, I don't know. I don't love it. Analam, or Analam. It could be worse. Alniat is going to go in there too. Alfard. It does sound a little weird, but it's not a terrible name. Alfeca. I don't know. This one is not the most amazing. Alfeca? I don't know. Alpharats. Now, this one, you might be thinking to yourself, well, it's got a plural sounding end to it, similar to an S, but come on. Z is like way cooler than S, so it's going there. Alferg. This is a silly sounding one. It's not bad though. I guess. Oh yeah, we can pin the image. That's a little. Actually, you know what? That is a little too much. Alrakis. This is going to be an exception to the S rule, so I do think that is a pretty interesting name. It's gonna go there. Alresha. Not amazing. Alruba. That is a fun name. I think it's not bad at all. Oh, whoops. I included a duplicate Alruba. This is the correct one. That one was from before I found that higher resolution image. Also, I guess while I'm thinking about it, some of these images were upscaled using AI because they were a little low resolution. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably barely noticeable in these small resolution images. I guess I can't really remove that from here. Alsafi. Alsafi? D. Maybe between D and F. I'm gonna butcher the hell out of this pronunciation. Alsiaukat? Alsiaukat? Bad. Not easy to pronounce. Alsafina. I think that's an A from me. I just realized this is going to be really hard to navigate through this list the longer we go on. Alshane. That's a C. Altair. Now this one, this is another S. That is a really cool star. It is the brightest star in the constellation of Aquila, and it's just a cool star. It's one of the brightest stars in the sky, in fact. I'm gonna accidentally keep mousing over that the entire time. Alshat. I don't like the shat part of it. It's silly. It's not there because it means what I think it, or it's not there because it means what, you know, you'd think it means. It's just a different language, and it's just not really the most fun to say. Altais, I don't know. Altais is how I think it would be pronounced. That's a B from me. Alturf. That's a C. It's weird. Altanach. That. Altanach. A for now. This is part of the Orion constellation. It makes up one of the... it's the leftmost star of Orion's belt. And it is... for that, it is pretty cool. Aludra. I quite like this name. That is also joining the ranks of S. Alula Australis, which means Alula South, or Southern Alula, if I'm remembering correctly. Alula Australis. I like the Alula part of it, so I think solid B. Alula Borealis, which is Northern Alula. That will be in the same rank. Ayla. Put it there, because I don't know how well a real sounding person name works as a star name, but yeah. Alzir. This can go in A, I think. I probably am going to have to pin these images, huh? Wish they weren't so big, though. Anyway. I do have to zoom in again, don't I? Amadioha, I think. These ones that are just, like, annoying looking to pronounce aren't going to rank very high. Amansanaya. Amansanaya. It's difficult to pronounce, but I think if it's pronounced correctly, it probably is a pretty decent name. Not amazing, but you know. Anadolu. It's not the worst. Ancha. Ancha. I gotta do it to him. It's going F. Anjatenar and Anjatenar. You go there, and you will be happy about it. Aniara could be worse. Anka. This is an interesting star. It's the brightest star in the constellation of Phoenix. I think it's not a bad name, that's for certain. Answer. Not amazing. Antares. That's going S. That's another exception to the S rule, because it's just a cool star. The image here, fun fact, is a real image of the closest view scientists could get to the star. So that is generally what its surface would look like. It also has some Roman mythology involved with it, in that it means the enemy of Ares, or also an Ares is another term for the god Mars, and because of that, since it appears so orange in the sky, similarly to Mars, it is Mars's enemy. I think it's enemy, I don't know. It might be like rival or something. Arcalus. This sounds like a magical name, and I kind of like that. Arcturus. Another S name exception, and an S tier star name. Arcab posterior. I forget what posterior and prior means, but I knew at some point, and I just don't have the brain power to remember now. Arcab posterior. Oh, that's the wrong one. I was way far down there. Both this and Arcab prior are going there. Arneb. It's a weird one, but again, there are worse star names. Acela. Not bad, not bad. Acellus borealis. I think C. Acellus primus, which means Acellus 1, basically. Acellus secundus, Acellus 2. Acellus tertius, clearly by now you should see the pattern, it's Acellus 3. I forgot about this one, Acellus australis. Ashlesha? That is just no. Aspidisc? Another star from the Pleiades. The Asterope. I think that's an A. Aticoraka. That is a fun name to say. So it goes there. Attic. I think it's a B. A Thebine. Athabine. D. Atlas is another Pleiad star, and that is a very good one. It's circled because there's 2 stars there. The other one will come up later. Atria. C. I think I'm pretty confident in that one. Avior. I do quite like that name. Axolotl. The word axolotl is just fun and general. I don't think that's a very controversial thing to say. Ayarwadi. That's dumb. That is dumb. You know what? It's smarter if I just do these at the front, huh? Azulfaphage. Also there. Azha. You can go there. Asmidi. It's not the worst. I might screw up this pronunciation. Bakedew. Yeah, I can go there. Barnard Star. This is an unusual name, but I will give a little bit of backstory on this one. So Barnard Star, it's one of the closest stars to the Sun. I think it might be the second or third star system to the Sun, but it is the star that moves the quickest over time through the night sky. Barnard is its discoverer, or the one who determined that it had such a high motion through the sky. It's not a bad name at all. Baton Kaitos. I think because of how long it is, it goes here. Batsu, weird name for a star. Bmim. C. It can go there. Bade. That is a weird set of letters to put together. Maybe it's Bade. I don't know. Bead. It's not great. Belel. It can also go there, I think. Bellatrix. This is a cool name for a star. It is another star of Orion. Belenos. Probably there. I don't think I have the heart to put it in the F tier, truthfully. Barahenia? That's a not very fitting name for a star. Alright, this is, if you've heard of any star, it's probably either this or a star we'll get to later, Sirius. So Betelgeuse is the star that people like to make a fuss about potentially going supernova like any day now. While technically that's true, it could be any time between now and the next 100,000 years, so probably not likely. But it is the second brightest star in the constellation of Orion, and it is quite a cool one, and its name is, it is a banger of a name. Barani. Probably high C tier. Bibha. That is kind of a dumb name, but not the worst ever. Bihan. It sounds like behind, truthfully. Don't love it. Bazona. Bazana. I don't know how that's pronounced. Botane. There are worse names. Brachium. Take it or leave it. Buna. That's kind of a dumb name. Bunda, or Bunda, is slightly better than Buna. Bup. That is a name that is quite silly. So, because it's silly and kind of fun to say, that saves it from being in D tier, in my eyes. Cylano. Another Pleiades star. Otherwise, not a bad name. I think A is safe. Canopus. This is the second brightest star in the entirety of the sky, but it's not visible from most of the northern hemisphere. Its name, however, Canopus. Probably an S tier. Capella. This image here is an image that is my own. I took that through my telescope. There weren't really any. There were probably good images of Capella out there if I searched hard enough, but from my brief search I couldn't find any, so I used my own. Capella is an S name, or an S tier star name. It's just fun. I like it. Calf. I think B is safe for that one. Castor. That's an A from me, Chief. Sebelrai. I do quite like this one, the name of that one. That is a pretty cool name. Sabo. There are definitely worse names. Cervantes. That is a fancy name. I think it gets a B. Shalawan. You can go there. Shamu-Kui. That's a weird it can go down with the bad ones, I think. I'm gonna move Absolute No up a little because there are worse names in this list. Same with Albali. Kara, or maybe Shara. I think here. I was considering C, but I don't know. Oh boy, this is another one that's an exercise in pronunciation. Kalphairaya, I think that's right. D, or F, rather. Definitely F. Chasson, or Chasson. I don't know. I want to put it in F for now. Sheshia? Yes. Shurton. Citadel. It's a cool word, but a stupid name for a star, in my humble opinion. Citala, or Citala? I don't hate it, but I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Kokibola? Kokabolka. It's a weird name for a star, and it's hard to pronounce. Copernicus is a cool word, but not really that fitting of a star, if you ask me. Coroli. It's a bit long in the tooth, but it's a pretty cool name, I think. Kujam. Cursa. It is a weird word. It doesn't quite make A tier for me. Dabbe. Here for now, I might move it up later. Dalim, or Dalim, is not the worst. Danfang. I think I'm comfortable putting it right there. Daneb Algadi. This one is D, I think. Now Deneb, this one, is both shorter and cooler. Goes there, and I will go on a little tidbit excursion for this one. Deneb is a pretty bright star. It's one of the... It makes the list of some of the brightest stars in the sky. It is the brightest star in the constellation of Cygnus, and it is one of the... It is the furthest distance star of its brightness. It is way further than most of the bright stars. I think it's somewhere between 1,000 and like 2,600 light years. Most bright stars are within the range of 100 light years, so if that gives you any indication of how bright it is quite an impressive star. It goes A tier. Denebola, I don't hate, that's for sure. Diadem, it's also not the worst, not amazing either. Dillman, Dillmoon, I think here. Dingole, I think there. Difta, Difta. It's hard to say, but it's also not the worst name ever. I don't hate it at all. It is a pretty acceptable name. Dia, or Dia. Need to zoom in again. Doffida. It's between B and C. We'll put it in B for now. Dombe. Not really a star-fitting name, in my opinion. Deshuba, or Shuba, I don't know. This is an interesting star, but not an interesting name, I have to say. Dube, or Duba, I don't know. This is a hard to pronounce. Not a hard to pronounce, maybe, but just kind of not the coolest to say. Diwo. I actually quite like this name. It's B. I'd consider putting it in A later. Z. This is... I don't like this combination of letters here at the start. Zeben to Zeben. No. You go there and you will enjoy it. Ebla. Ebla, maybe? Ebla. Could be worse. Like this. Edisic. Yeah. I don't like it. Get that away from me. Ekurud. I might move that up later. Electra. You can't deny that that is a banger of a name. Also from the Pleiades. Elgafar. This is not a bad name, honestly. I kind of enjoy it. Elnath. Also A, I think. Eltonin. High C tier, I think. Emu. Me. I don't know how to pronounce it. For now, it'll go there. Enif. Enif. I don't know. That is not the right star. I don't know why I grabbed that one. Where did Enif go? Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay. Arrakis, also known as Heinz, or maybe it's Herschel's garnet star. This is what's known as a carbon star, which is a star that has a lot more carbon in its atmosphere and causes it to look red-ish. If through a telescope, it is definitely quite red. Arrakis. There's some confusion from like on whether or not Arrakis is like meant to be its proper name, but I think we'll put it high B tier. Erai. Also high B tier, I think. Fafnir. I do think that's an S. Fang goes hard. Phalaris. Whoa, I for some reason completely forgot how computer mouses worked. Phalaris. I think there is fine. Felis. Also there. Felix Valera, or Felix Varela. That is longer than it needs to be. Philador. Also kind of a weird name. Phlegatone. No, wait, I pronounced that wrong. Phlegatante. Phlegatant. I don't know. Fomalhaut. This is definitely an A from me, I think. Formosa. Definitely A. Franz. Again, I don't know how well real people names translate into star names, but it could be worse. Fulu. Not bad. Fumal Samake. Fulu Samaka. No. Funi. I'll put it in C, honestly. Farood. Also, actually no. This can go in B tier, I think. Fuyue. Fuyu. I think D is fair. Gacrux. This is also a star of, you guessed it, Crux. This one's name is not quite as cool though. I would debate putting it in B, but I think this is fine. Gakyid. Not my favorite. Gar. Honestly, it feels like it's too short of a name. Also, the color put in this star is not accurate to its real color. This is just the best image I could find. Gyaosar. Not quite F, I think. Guyana. If I'm pronouncing that right, it is a B. Genon. Glois. That is a weird name for a star. Gnomon. Also kind of a name for a star. Gomesa. This is not bad. Not quite A, but still not bad at all. I think I'm going to move Fulu down a tier. Graphius. I think C is fair-ish. Grumium. It is a very unique star name. I think it's not bad. Guahyona. Again, a lot of effort, more effort than should be to pronounce it. Gudja. Gumala. Not as bad, but not amazing either. Gunibu. I might be completely butchering that, but I don't think it's star tier material. Hadar. I think it goes there. That is a very cool name. Hades. That can go A, I think. Hamal. B. Hasala. D tier, I think. Hadisa. Hadisa. It's hard to pronounce, but it's not a terrible name. Helvetios. This makes me think of Helvetica, the font. But it's not F tier, at least. He's. I could be convinced to put it in C, but it will go in D for now. Hogar. Or maybe Hogger. Not terrible. Homam is terrible. But there are worse names. Horna. I'll give it a C. Okay. Hunapu. Again, I'm probably butchering a lot of these. But it will go there. Hunor. Or maybe Hunor? Iklil. I don't think I could give it a C, honestly. Illyrian. Yes, it goes there. Imai, or yeah, Imai, or maybe Imai. C tier, I think. Inquil. It's a weird name for a star, admittedly. It doesn't really fit all that well, but I don't think it's a terrible name. Intan. Also, probably for the same reason. Intercris. I think B. It is, if nothing else, the word looks cool. And is, you know what? Why would I put it? Alnair goes B now. And it gets demoted, the other one. Irina. Again, it's another real person name, but it's not the worst of them, I think. Itonda? Itonda? Not F tier. We're moving that one up. But Itonda is not an amazing name. Izar? Or maybe Izar? Izar is probably low B. Jabba? I think I don't need to say what this reminds me of. But it's not an amazing star name. Jishui. Jishui, I think that's pronounced. Not terrible. Kaiukosin. I don't want you in my life. Kafal Jidma. I also don't want you in my life. Kalausi. I don't want you in my life too. Kamui. C tier, I think. We're gonna move Ginon up as we go through some of these that I realize are like definitely worse than those. Yeah. Kang. B tier, I think. Moving that one up too. Karaka. Probably low B tier, maybe high C, but we'll go with that. Caus Australis. That and Caus Borealis are probably both C's for me. Caus Media, I think it's Media, is going to be a little higher up because I think that's slightly cooler. Kava. Or Kave. I think D for now. Cade. It's short and it's sweet. I'll give it that one. Kamvalia. C for now. Catalfa. I like this name, truthfully. Kochab. I don't hate the name, but I don't think it's B tier worthy. Koea. It's fine. But very liberal definition of fine. Coit. There are worse names. I'm probably going to say that a lot throughout this video, honestly. Kind of surprised we're already at K tier. Or the ones that start with K. Commandor. This is a fun word. So I think it's going B. Corniforous. Corniforos. This is also a pretty fun word, so it'll go high B tier. Kozjenka. Probably C. Kraz, or Kraz. Again, it benefits from the Z at the end. I think it is cooler because of it. Kuma, which is a binary star, I believe, if I remember correctly. It can go there. Kurna. Probably C for now. La Superba. I also have some things to say about this star. So, La Superba is one of the most red appearing stars in the night sky. It's just kind of barely visible to the naked eye if you don't have a ton of light pollution. But I've observed this star myself, and it is very, very red. It is a carbon star like the Garnet Star as well, and it is quite a sight. It's got a really unique name too. I think S for now. I might move that down to A later. Larawag. Not my favorite. Lerna. I might move that down later. Lizoth. Lezeth. You can go there. Libertas. Libertas. You can also go there. Lily Borea. I don't vibe with that name very much. Lion Rock. Banger. I like that name a lot. Lucillenburhook. Not great. And by not great, I mean terrible. Lusitania. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But it is a high C tier. Masim. Also C tier, I think. Macondo. Yeah, I think it's Macondo. I would debate between C and D. Mago. That, and it might get moved later. Mahasim. Same situation with this one. I might move it around later. Masadi. Slightly better. Yeah, okay, I did put that in the right place. Actually, Macondo, you can go there right now. Maya. Also from the Pleiads. It would be between A and B, but let me think. Maya. B for now. Malmok. B. Marfic. D. Marcab. Why did I include Marcab twice? What is wrong with me? Okay, I will remove that later. Marcab. Markeb. Not as good of a vowel. The E, that is. Marsic. Actually. Yeah, okay. I think it's fine there. Maru. You know what, just to get these out of my line of sight. Where did I put Markab? I put it up towards the top. Oh, there it is. We're just gonna Aruba I put in A, didn't I? If I didn't, I should have. Aruba. There it is. That's where I meant to put it. Matar. B or maybe C, honestly. We'll see. Matza. Probably there. Mazalai. High C tier, I mean. Mabsuda. Maybe low C for this one. Megriz. B tier, I think. Mesa. Whoa. Didn't mean to, well, it's going in C, I guess. Mekbuda. Probably D. Alduraman is going up one tier. So is Alfeka. And Al-Nasl. Okay. Melif. Actually, no, you can go up to low C tier. Menkalanon? Okay, that is a pretty interesting sounding word, but it's not amazing. Menkar. This is an easy B for me, I think. Menkent. Somewhere around C, maybe mid-C. Menkib. That is a weird combination of letters, that's for darn sure. Morohu, I think is how that's pronounced. D. Marak. Oh, I hope that didn't just go through the microphone. But anyway. Murga. Murga? I was going to put it in D, but it's not really deserving of D, is it? Meridiana? Also C tier, I think. Merope? It is another Pleiad star, and probably the only one that will end up in the C tier, if I had to guess. Mesarthim. Now we have reached Methuselah. As I said in the beginning, it is one of the oldest stars we know of in our galaxy, and there was some debate over where it could the possibility that it could actually be older than the universe. It probably isn't, but there was a possibility for a little while, which would be certainly an interesting scenario. Methuselah, I do quite like the name. Mia Placidus. I only recently learned about this star, but that is a pretty cool name, if I had to say so myself. Maybe I'd move it down to A later, but, Mimosa. Solid A. This is another star of Crux. Minchir. High C tier. Minalauva, I think is how that's pronounced. It can go here. Mintaka. Another star of Orion's belt. It can go in B. Mira. This is actually a pretty important star. There is an entire subsection of stars called Mira variables. This is also an image that would approximate its surface from our view. Mira. Low A, I think. Mirak. I'd like to put it in A, but honestly, I'm feeling like it's more of a B tier. Miram. Aram? High A for now, I think. Alright. Next up is Maru. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that's pronounced. Maru. I could be convinced to move that up to B later. Mirfak. I really don't like this name very much. Its pronunciation is kind of weird. Mirzam. It's D for me, Chief. Mizam. That's also a D. Mizar. Where did I put Alcor? I put Alcor in A, didn't I? Yes, I did. Mizar and Alcor are part of the same star system. Fun fact. They both orbit each other. And they orbit each other far enough apart that you can actually, if you're in a dark enough location, you can actually tell in the night sky. They appear like right next to each other. So that is a pretty cool system. And their names are pretty cool too. Muspelheim. Wait, that is the wrong order, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway. Muspelheim. It's an okay word, but it is kind of a weird choice for a star name. Monk. High F for now. Moldovino. I don't love it at all, really. Montuno. I think I'm okay with it there. Morava, I think. I think I'd also put it in C for now. Moria, I think it is. We'll go ahead and put that. I would Moria. I think D for now. Mathala. It's either low B or high C. I might move it later if I decide that it's B worthy. Mohun. The pronunciation, or I guess just the spelling in general, pulls that one down. Impingo. This is another language, I understand that, but I do not get why the M and the P are put next to each other. That is, if it was Pingo, I would probably put it high C or low B, but the M at the start is just dumb. Mullifine. Kind of similar in name to Muspelheim. Mullifine, but not as good. Muffred. Muffred. I think high B. I think Mathala I'm going to put in B now, actually. Musida. I think here is fine-ish. Musica. Very, very similar in name to that one. Nan. Either B or high C. Naledi. That's a C in my books. Naus. You can join the ranks of A. Nashira. You can join the ranks of B. There is probably some background noise that the microphone just picked up. Oh damn. Anyway, Natasha. Again, real people's names is. Yeah. No thanks. Navi. You know, there is one other specific character that comes up from that name. I'll let you figure that out on your own. I say that like it's some kind of mystery, but it should be pretty obvious. In terms of it being a star name, I think B. Nekar. I don't know, I don't love it. Nimbus. You can go there. Nank. You can also go here. Orcaria. Maybe here. Nervia. You can also go there. Nihal. Probably here. Nikawai. I think F for you, Chief. Nozaxa. Whoa, I pronounced that definitely wrong. Nosaxa. Not a fan. Well, I think it's nasty, but you could also say nasty. So you can go there. Nunki. It's a weird word. Yes. But I think it's still, maybe it's still high C worthy, I think. Nusakan. I'm okay putting it there, I think. Nushagak. I think I want to put it here. Nyamian. No thanks. Ogma. Ogma balls! Okay. I shouldn't laugh at my own stupid-ass joke. But, here we are. Aside from that joke, it is not a bad name at all. Ocab. I think B is fair. Picalhel? I'm gonna make an educated guess. That sounds... I'd like to say Hawaiian, but maybe not. It sounds like some kind of... actually, I don't really know many other island countries other than Hawaiian, so who knows. Not a great name, though. Paramleo. Paramleo? Doesn't really fit, in my opinion, as a star name. Peacock. This is a very, very weird star name. It might be one of the only star names that's just, you know, flat out an English word. And the reason it's called Peacock is because it's the brightest star of the constellation. I think it's Pavo, which is the peacock. So it's the peacock star. Is it really B tier worthy? When I think of it as a star, it kind of sounds like a weird name, so it can go there for now. Petra. I think there. Fact. High B tier. Fecta. Low B tier. Furcad. C tier. Phoenicia. Oh, that is probably not good pronunciation. Phoenicia? Phoenicia? It might be one of those. It is a pretty cool name. High C for now. Pietos? No, that's not a D sound. Pietos? Sure. Pencoya. You go there. Pipirima? That's also a fun name to say. So you get a C tier for having a funny name. Pipolter. I think that makes sense to me, that pronunciation. Pipolter? I think low C, maybe. You know what? No, it can go D. Pleon. This is the other star in... which one was it? Probably closer to the top, right? Yeah, it is the other part of this image. Pleon. I think it's still worth an A in its own right. Poerava? You can have a C spot. Polaris. This might be one of the most famous stars of all, because it is the North Pole star. If you look up into the sky, its position will never change. It will never change. It'll always remain in the exact same spot in the sky, and everything else seems to look like it's moving around this star. It's also quite bright. Polaris is a pretty good name. You know what, I was considering A, but I think that is kind of a banger of a name, isn't it? Polaris Australis. It is the southern pole star. However, unlike Polaris, it is not bright. It is just barely visible to the naked eye from a dark location. So it will not be on the same tier. In fact, I think it's... In fact... Yeah, it goes there. Polis. Yes, Pollux. This, I think, is an S tier. Join the ranks, Chief. Porima. Porima. Something like that. I think you're worth that. Well, you might change you later. Precipua? Precipua. You can go there. Prima Hyadum? Hyadum? Prima Hyadum? Prima Hyadum? It's a high F tier. Procyon. It is fate. It must be fate that all of the brightest stars in the sky were given such badass names. Propus. High B, maybe low A. Proxima Centauri. Now, this might also be a star you've heard of. Potentially. Because it is the closest of all the stars to Earth. It is a small red dwarf, so you can't actually see it in the night sky without a telescope, but it is very important because of that. That's not going to give it the advantage, though, because it is a long name, so it'll be low A, I think. Ran. You know what? Proxima. You can go there for right now. I think Ran can also go in B tier. Rana can also go in B tier. Rapido. Take your D spot and enjoy it. Rasselas. There, it can have C. Razelgethi. I'm not a fan. Razelhag. You can have an A tier. Rastaban. High B, potentially low A. Rigor. Now, quick note, this is not technically approved as its proper name, but it is noted quite prominently in mentions of this star. It is also known by the name Gamma Velorum, and it is what's known as a Wolf-Rayet star. Unfortunately, this is a type of star I really haven't done that much research into, but there are not a whole lot of them. It is the closest one to the Earth, and as a result, it is quite bright. By close, I mean it's over 1,000 light years away. Rigor, I think the name gets an A. Regulus is a high A from me. Ravati, that is solidly in B tier, I think. Rigel, I still don't know what the correct pronunciation is for this one, but this is the brightest star in Orion, and it sits basically opposite of where Betelgeuse is. So Betelgeuse is like here, where I have my mouse, and Rigel is like here. And then you've got the belt here, and a couple other stars here, here, and then up here. But it is barely brighter than Betelgeuse, but still the brightest star. Rigel, if it's pronounced Rigel, I think it's A-worthy. Rigel Centaurus is a part of the Alpha Centauri system, my bad. The same system that includes Proxima Centauri, but I think this name is too long in the tooth. You hate to do it to him, but you're going here. The Alpha Centauri system actually contains 3 prominent stars. We'll get to the other one a little later. Rosalia de Castro. This is just too long. And it doesn't roll off the tongue really at all. Rotanev. Rotanev? Rotanev? Yeah, you can go here. Move that one up a little. You too. You can have a better position. Rukba. I don't hate this star name, actually. It's not that bad, actually. So I'll put it there. Rukbat. Rukbat. Don't like it, really. Sabik. Sabik? Maybe high C tier. Ish. Slaklateni. That is a high C tier. Sadakbia. It's going there. Sadal Bari. It's also going there. Sadal Melik. It's also going there. Sadal Suud. Also. Sadr. Sadr. It's a little higher. Sagarmatha. Sagarmatha. Doesn't go there. Safe. Saif. I think you are going C tier. Safe. Saif. A C tier, I think, is fine for now. Psalm. I think I'm okay with that. Sansana. Sargas. Sargas. Serene? Seren? Septrum? You know, it's close to being spelled spectrum, but Septrum? Low D tier. Shiat. Shat. No. No thank you. Shadar. Join the ranks. Secunda hiatum. It is related to prima hiatum from earlier. Where did we put prima hiatum? Because I think this will go a tier below it. So we will reorganize that. Sagan. Sagin. Wow, I'm really bad at this. I really just kept including multiple of the same star, huh? I will fix all this later when I post the final tier list. But anyway. Sagan. I think you're fine here. Seganus. I think you can go there also. Samaya. Samaya. I think here is fine. Sham. I think you can be B tier without being too controversial. Shama. B tier for you. Sharjah. No, thank you. Shala. Rastaban is a pretty cool name, honestly. Is it really A tier, though? We're gonna move that down. Alcafra. We're also gonna move to C, because it's kind of... the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it's okay. But it's not great. Shylak. No, wait. Sheliak. I think there, but I would consider putting it in D. Shirton. Similar to the name earlier, Shirton, but with a C. Sika. Sika. Now, this is also a potentially a star you might know about. Sirius, the single brightest star in our night sky. Now, this isn't biased, but I do think the name is really, really good. Whoever named it was really cooking. That might be the first time I ever used that lingo, but here we are. Situla. Sidla. Sidla. Scat. You know what it sounds like. It's lucky it's not in F tier. Solaris. Similar in name to Polaris, but it's not related even remotely. It's actually a very dim star. However, the name itself is quite perfect. Spica, or Spica. It is a very blue star and is the brightest in the Virgo constellation. However, I think B tier is what I'd give its name. Sternnacht, which translates to Starry Night in German. Or no, it's not German, it's Dutch. Sternnacht. When you look at it as a translated name, like what kind of name, what the hell kind of name is Starry Night for a star? That is one of the worst. That's for sure. Stribor. You can go B tier, I think. Suelosin? It's not quite D tier, I think. Actually, no, it is. Who am I kidding? If I put Subic and Situla in there, yeah. Subra. I think that's good. Suhail. This is an unexpected, whoa. Yeah, an unexpected underdog of a star name. Sulathat. I think there. Surma. C tier. Tabit. To beat. Tabit. Whatever. I don't really have any strong opinions on it. Taika. Taiyangsho. That's pretty obviously derived from Chinese. I don't know what it means, but it is not a very convenient word to say, that's for sure. Taiyi. We'll give it a C. Talitha? Talitha also gets a C. Tangra also gets a C. Tania australis. It and its similarly named star, Tania borealis, both end up in C. Tapek. Yeah, Tapek, I think that is. Why am I in? Yeah, okay. Tapek, I think, is fine there-ish. Tarazed. I could be convinced to put it in B, but for right now it goes there. Tarf. It's not D tier bad, so you can go there. Tegeta, another Pleiades star. Tegeta. I guess it'll be joining its partner, Merope, in the C tier. Tegmine. I actually quite like this name. Tejat? Tejat? I could go between C or D on that one. Terabellum, however, is a pretty fun name. Tevel? Tevel? Tevel, I think, is probably how it's pronounced. D tier. Thabit. Maybe there. Themen. In saying that, I realize that there is a rhyming word that shall not be named. Themen. Thuban. You can be right there in B tier. Tiaki. There, I think. Tianguan. Tianguan is not as bad as the other name. Tiani. Tiani. You go there. Whoa! I pressed middle mouse. Tamir. You're fine there. Kochab. I considered moving it up, but it's not really worth it. Tislit. That's probably not how it's pronounced, but Tislit is silly. Tislit. You belong there. Teoin. You belong here as well. Actually, no, yeah, you get C. Tojil. Tojil. Ptolemy. This is the other bright star in the Alpha Centauri system. I forgot to mention earlier, but the two main stars of Alpha Centauri are actually visible to the naked eye. In fact, they're the third brightest star system in the sky. They're not visible from the northern hemisphere, though, unfortunately. Ptolemy is, I think, an S tier. That's a cool name. Tanatia. Memkib can go down. Thabit can go down as well. Homam, you can also go down. Torcular. This is just a dumb name for a star. Tuiren. This star is not actually green. There is no way for a star to be green. It just doesn't happen. But the image it had was put through as green, so it's just going to have to stay that way. Tuiren. I don't think it's F tier worthy. Tupa. You can sit in C, maybe? Tupi. You can go to D. Therese? Turius? Uba? I'm almost certainly not saying that correctly. Uba. I think you can go there. Tuiren, you can go down there now. I've changed my mind. Ukta. Yes. Ukian? Unu Kalhai. Honestly, like, if this was like Una Kalhai, that would be a better roll off the tongue name. Unorganite. No thanks. Castula. You can be C or in B tier. I don't mind that. Uruk or Uruk. You can go there. I think Vega. Banger star name. A very prominent Northern Hemisphere star. Veritata. You can go there. Slash. I was considering moving Ashlasha up, but it's not really worth it. Is it Bihan? No, I was considering making some changes. Vendomeatrix. I kind of wish this was like Vendomenatrix or something like that. I don't love Vendomeatrix as a sound. So I can go there. Wazet. Go there. High C tier. Waddle. That is a dumb name for a star. In my humble opinion, Wazan. I think you can go there. Weezin. You can also go there. Worry, I think that is. Worry. Oh, I lost it. Oh, there it is. You can have D tier. Warren. You can also have B tier. Sami Dimara. Sami Dimara, I think. It's the, as indicated by the circle, it has nothing to do with this star. It's this one. Sami Dimara. Sami Dimara? It's not F tier. I know that much. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that one because I could not possibly say that correctly. Zuange, same with that one. Yed posterior. Now, unlike the other star with the posterior, suffix. This one is better because Yed is a cooler word. I think Yed posterior can go in B and Yed prior can go in A. Yilden. C for now. Tegeta. Tegeta can move up one. Yeah, for now that's good. Zania. I think C tier-ish. Zaurok. Wait, no. This one up here is D tier, right? No, wait. Okay. I put these in the wrong ones. I meant to put these down here. The consequence of having too many damn stars in a single tier. Single tier. Zavi Java. That's a pretty interesting word. Zembra? I think that is Zembra. Zang. I was considering putting that lower, but now that I think about it, it is a pretty good name. I enjoy. Z-Ball. Zosma. I like this name. I definitely do. Zubanel. Oh my gosh. Zubanel Ganubi. It is kind of an annoying star to pronounce. Zubanel Ganubi. I think I'm relatively okay with putting it in C tier, maybe. Zubanel Hakrabi. Now this one, you can go in D tier. Here we go. Zubanel bin Shamali. You can have F tier. You know, I was actually, so that's done. Real quick, we're going to go through and make sure that I'm content with my choices. For A tier, I think A and S tier are pretty much set in stone. Let's make sure I don't have any last minute changes. Fawaris, that's fine there. Akranar, Erai. Cursa, I think, can go in A tier. Alphard. Almach. This can go higher up in the A tier, although these already aren't really in an order, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Why did I put this one so high up? What's wrong with me? Ananuka? That's like a low D tier. What is wrong with me? Alcafra, you can go back up to B tier. I have treated you too harshly. Muffred. Arcaria. Eltonin, Furcad. Almaz, Imai. Alhina. No, I won't move that one. Aniara. We're gonna move Answer down a tier because it's not really the best pronunciation or the most interesting name. Zath, Arneb. OCD moment. Atria, that's meaty. Atria actually is probably a B tier. I think that'll just about do it. Yeah, I think that's fine. So my, yeah, okay. Okay, so I think with that, we are officially done. And this did not take as long as I thought it would, truthfully. So, I hope you enjoy this very out of normal video. Don't know if I'll make any other videos like this one. I probably won't. I didn't. Why did I open that one? Whoops. I don't, because this took a while, and I don't really know if this is going to be the kind of thing I want to focus any sort of my content on. So for now, this will be a one-off. I hope it was at least somewhat entertaining. I commend anybody that sat through this entire thing, but thank you to anybody who did. And I guess I will see you all whenever I decide to get off my ass and make a new video.